What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to a casually call-in show, the call-in show live stream, whatever you want to call it. I am here with my panel, our starting panel of Winter Surfer, Oliver, and Chris. We will be releasing the link for you guys to join the panel in between 15 to 20 minutes to have your say on the topics that we're going to be talking about today, which is Mauricio Pochettino and his interview, as well as the updates on the whole Mason Mount dilemma, the details of what happened and how the deal broke down on the on both ends, both parties. So before we go ahead and start, as usual, guys, make sure you are smashing that like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. A few of you that do watch the channel are not subscribed. I don't know why, but go ahead and subscribe. It does help us out. It does make it so that you can be involved with the chat. You can go ahead and, if you're a member, you can use some of the emotes that we have for you guys. We will be using more emotes as we get more memberships unlocked. Excuse me. Also, if you would like to start off in the panel, the cement mixer tier and higher gets you a spot to start off on these talk shows where you basically get to have a more intimate panel in the beginning where we get to actually flesh out and discuss the ideas. Also, leave a comment down below. Check out the links in the description, and let's go and start off with talking about Poch. So Poch, if you haven't already known, went ahead and had his first interview at Chelsea. I have a few quotes here and a few ideas going forward that Poch is going to implement in regards to the team. But overall, I will say, before I start reading these quotes, I think it was a very solid breath of fresh air interview to hear from a manager that is competent and knows what he's going to be doing. Hopefully, at least. We'll see come the season, but I'm very confident he's going to do well. So let's go ahead and start off. Mauricio Pochettino, I know very well that we need to build this relationship with fans. Our past is our past. We respect and are proud of our past, but now is time to build at a new club with different fans that behave and are different to other clubs. I guess this was referring to being asked about, having a past with Spurs. Obviously, it doesn't favor him too much with a few Chelsea fans. But he accepts that it is his past, and we just gotta make a new past, new future with the club and all that. So, continuing on, Pochettino says, although football has evolved, the players need to show the emotion and transmit that to their fans. It can't be only the fans showing emotion. And by the way, guys, here on the panel, if you want to say something on a quote, just stop me and we can have a say. I figured I'd just read them all and then we do at the end, but feel free to interrupt me if you want.
I'll start.
I enjoy your reading voice.
I'll just say a brief one here. I just want to echo something that Lewis said. He's been saying this for pretty much the whole of last season, so big up to him. This isn't really my true opinion. I'm just echoing it. But the fact that the atmosphere, the ground has been so terrible over the last season, it's because we enter the games with no belief, and that's because the players don't show enough. It's not a one-way thing. They have to show the effort in order for the people that pay their money to go and see it. That they need to. It's a two-way thing. You can't, like he said, it's got to go both ways.
Mm-hmm. I agree, and obviously we saw that a lot towards the tail end of the Tuchel season, where the players kind of just dropped tools, and we saw a lot, especially after January, once we got knocked out of Champions League.
Yep.
It really seemed like these players could not give half a rat's ass to put out an effort there, and you saw it a lot. Like I said this in an earlier stream, the one biggest disgrace that I saw happen at Chelsea this past season was, against Manchester United, the fight that Kepa was being picked on, and Enzo was the only one that really stood up. It just really cemented that the team was just so, separated from one another. It didn't even feel like a team. It just feels like a bunch of people on a payroll playing on the pitch, Yep. But we move on to the next tweet here. Pochettino, we need leaders. Literally, as I just said that too. We need leaders. We don't need followers. We need leaders in every single area. We are going to push that for every single person to bring the best for this football club. We'll talk about this more on Sunday as well, but looking like the next captain is going to be Thiago Silva, and the next in line, I believe it's Reece James. Who else was in there?
Sterling,
thank you.
I don't see it, but has he actually got a shout in there?
Yeah,
reportedly. And another name, I know none of us are really going to like this, particularly Andrew. Kepa was in that list too.
Oh, true.
That's if he lasts long enough, though. That's if he lasts long enough. How long is his contract left?
2 years, and he's lost in the whole thing because we can't find a suitor.
Yeah, we're not going to redo him.
I definitely would re-sign him unless we're signing him for like 100K.
He's leaving for free.
Yeah,
for sure. Moving on. What a great leader in Kepa, Captain Kepa, leading us to victory. Mauricio Pochettino. The fans need to feel that all players involved in the game are going to die for the club. That is the most important thing to create this good feeling and for sure feel proud of each other. Hey, that's big. And if Mauricio can actually instill that into the club, I'll give him a lot more kudos because, like I said prior, it feels like these players don't care for the club. Even if you're not like born a Chelsea fan, like Fofana, for example, or whatnot, and you're just like here because it gave you a good contract. Like, let's just be honest. Well, actually, I think Caicedo is a Chelsea fan, so maybe he's not the best example.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Well, at least he's been seen with a Chelsea top, right? So we can say maybe he's a Chelsea fan, right? But like, even bringing these players in, and Enzo, I guess, yeah, he's not a Chelsea fan. We gave him a good contract. It's a good opportunity for him to excel in his career and take the next step into being one of the best players in the world. Even him, he gives it all on the pitch. We see it. Us as spectators, we see it on the pitch. 110%. Having players all across the board be like that, I think that's admirable. It's ambitious as well, because there are egos, and we saw. Listen, it's speculation. We don't know what's going on at PSG, but we saw what happened with the egos at PSG. Maybe it was too much for Poch, but we'll see. It is
too much for anyone.
True. It is a younger crew in this team, and I believe there is a comment here regarding the. Anyways, Mauricio Pochettino. Of course, there's always ups and downs in the history of the football. I think Chelsea is a club that is impossible, to have these ups and downs. We need to be sure that we bring what the club needs to be at the top, because the history of the club is the top. So automatically understanding that the standard is to be at the top.
It's just so refreshing to hear, because you have like Potter. When Potter started out, it was all about the process, even though the process didn't exist, and give me time even though I don't deserve it, etc. We're not starting out with excuses this time, and that's great to hear.
Yeah, and I feel like Potter, like everything was kind of embellished in this wordage of we're gonna try, we're gonna do our best, we're gonna do what we can. Poch is coming in here like, we're gonna do this. This is the history. Like, this is the standard. This is what we have to do at Chelsea. This is what we have to continue doing. And he's saying like the players have to step up, the staff have to step up, the fans need to believe in us. All these things.
One of the things he said actually was that he has to step up too. He's taking accountability before even making any mistakes.
Yeah, of course. Big up Alexis Kafka's View. Make sure you guys check out his channel. That's all I'll say. Yeah, make sure you check out his channel. Big things coming. All right, and then we have here Mauricio Pochettino. When asked the team's age, it's really exciting for us because I think we love the good players. We love the players with capacity and talent, but we also want people that want to be with us. I want to be with this club and be open to helping the club achieve what we want. Addressing, the younger players, the Mudriks, the Maduekis, the Enzos. Next tweet here. So this is more of a plan on what Pochettino is going to do going into the preseason. Pochettino wants to work with players who want to be at Chelsea. Sources fear a B team training group could be created by Pochettino for players who have not clinched a move away. And then last tweet I have here on the topic: Ziyech, Pulisic, Aubameyang, Lukaku make up a bomb squad of players that the club want to sell before next Wednesday. I don't know how possible that's going to be, but we can always try. We can always try.
It's really interesting. Yeah, go on, Chris.
I was gonna say with the Ziyech thing, because we've not heard like much different news from like him going to Real Madrid and doing medical and get that over the line, because like we're supposed to be signing this
Real
guy
Madrid?
to,
Real Madrid? What?
No, yeah, wasn't we, no, okay, not Real Madrid exactly, but like somewhere in Spain anyway. Like we were supposed to do medical for Ziyech.
Oh no, no, we were just doing it in Spain.
Yeah, somewhere in Spain then.
Yeah, not Real Madrid.
Fair, they ain't got the greatest place. It's not the greatest over there. Look at Eden Hazard.
Yeah,
Aubameyang could be free, won't he?
probably
should be. Yeah.
And apparently, I saw a tweet. I don't know how valid this is. Gerrard is interested in taking him and at the Saudi club he's at. I don't know. Ahmed is going to yell at me if I try to even say.
Did you guys see the video of Gerrard talking their language? That was like proper. That was like
no.
That was like proper.
Steven Gerrard?
Yeah, he's now in the Saudi Arabia club. I can't. Is he at Al Ettifaq? I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But him
you didn't
trying
know
to
about this, Chris?
No, I haven't really been much on Twitter, man.
him trying to talk Arabic was like proper like year 7 French class, and you don't care.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Gerrard. It's a weird move, but I mean, I'm sure he'll do well.
Also, just quickly, interesting for Matt Law to name a group and Ziyech headlines that group and then call it a bomb squad. Interesting,
right? Jesus Christ. We'll talk about Ziyech obviously come
if you get what I mean.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this whole Pochettino interview, it does get me excitement. It does instill confidence in me that we did hire the right person. I don't know. Like I still would have been curious to see what Enrique would have done, but we don't know how that deal broke down. I'm happy we got Poch because the other options I am very unsure about. At least with Poch, there's some semblance of like I have experience in doing this. I have experience at the top level. And I have a methodology. Maybe it didn't work out very great at Spurs, but if I can implement this into Chelsea being, a higher quality team versus Spurs, even back then, we could accomplish a lot. So, and I like a lot of what he said. I like a lot of the accountability, like you had mentioned, Oliver. I like a lot about the buzzwords like die for the team, and just making sure that the players are playing for the badge. And I think that's a big one. For me, that's a big one, considering that it really seemed this season, especially, that these players checked out. These players didn't really care. You could even make the argument a lot of these players came here for the bag, which, sure, I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. But yeah, the only player I could really say, the only players I could really say that looked like they gave a damn this season was Thiago Silva, Enzo. Probably put Reece James in there, obviously. Body shield, yeah, sure. And Connor, Connor Gallagher probably cares about Chelsea, but he's just not the quality, right? So
yeah.
I don't know what you guys think about this interview. How do we feel about it? Is there something that you wish that was said that you still leaves you a little bit insecure of what's going to happen with Poch?
I was gonna say, the whole thing you just said right now, all these tweets you just read, right? Like, one thing I got from all that as well, like, it reminds me, like, if we can get back to that, like, because I remember, like, obviously, 2010 and before and a bit after, of course, as well. Chelsea literally had, like, a leader, like, in a lot of positions and areas, and we had a lot of strong players in each position. I want to see that again as well. And Poch can do all that, then he can be sitting at Chelsea for a very long time. But obviously, talk is cheap and all that. Like, so sure. I want to see him do that. Like, get the best out of a lot of these players, because God, we do need it, because we've invested a lot of in youngsters, and hopefully we can get like a manager like Poch. Does seem the right one to do it as well for me. Like, he can like develop a lot of good players out of like youngsters. We've seen it before, so. Yeah, that does excite me, him talking about stuff like that, because that's like the good old days of Chelsea, what I used to like watch as well when I got into football as well. That's what I got.
What about the rest of you boys?
Andrew, you got anything?
I thought he just said the right things, you know. All the funny thing was, it wasn't even a response from the Chelsea fans, it was the Spurs fans. A response to, which I found hilarious, about, you know, us being the biggest team in England, one of the biggest teams and one of the most successful teams. It's like, what did you expect him to say? Oh yeah, by the way, this is an average club. It's an average club. I still love Spurs all the way. Spurs are much better. It's like, get over it, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of those. But he said things that he said the right things essentially. Nothing else. He just said what he needed to be said. We'll get the link in a minute, Alex.
Yeah. We'll be sending out the link momentarily, but and obviously, if you guys have seen it on Twitter, if you have been on Twitter this past week, he had the barbecue. It's already. He did mention in his interview making Cobham or the training ground more of a not just show up for work, but make it like a place where you can feel comfortable being here, feel like it's another home, and. You know, he did the barbecue and everything, so we'll see.
It's important stuff. It really is important.
I think it is.
Like because we did see
we need
reports
more unity in the club.
We saw reports this season, and granted, this was more due to like transfers out of the club and people wanting to protect themselves. There were a lot of players that were avoiding Cobham just for the sake of their own fitness and looking out for themselves. You know, we need to get rid of that and make sure that people actually want to be there. You know, to do their job.
For sure. But yeah, we'll discuss more on Pochettino. Obviously, if the discussion takes us there, depending on what our chatters want to talk about when they come into the talking show. But I do want to transition into this next topic as well, which has been a hot button topic this week or today, really the past 2 days. I hope this is the last I ever have to talk about this, because I am quite tired of talking about him. But new details came out about the Mason Mount deal and how it collapsed. And before I send out the link, we're just going to discuss it so no one gets triggered.
Yeah, so that's why you're not on Alex. You're not on Alex.
Yeah. So let me land this first, and then I'll go ahead and send the link. But first things first is we're going to watch the... we want to say it's cringe, maybe the very odd goodbye video that Mason Mount put out.
Do we have to listen? No, don't put me through this.
You can mute Chris. I'm sorry. I have to for those that didn't actually watch it and aren't going to know the context I'm talking about. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and listen to this.
Given the speculation over the last 6 months, this may not come as a surprise to you. But it doesn't make it any easier to tell you that I've made the decision to leave Chelsea. I feel you deserve more than just a written statement, so I wanted to tell you directly how grateful I've been for all of your support over the last 18 years. I know some of you won't be happy with my decision, but it's what's right for me at this moment in my career. I joined Chelsea when I was 6 years old, and we've been through a lot together. Winning the Youth Cup, my Player of the Year awards, the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and of course the unforgettable night when we won the Champions League. I want to say thank you to the Academy, Jim and Neil, for being so influential to me from such a young age. The managers I've worked under, Frank, Thomas and Graham, the backroom staff, the unsung heroes of Cobham, all of my teammates over the years that have become my brothers, my family for the continuous love and support, and most importantly, you guys for sticking with me throughout. Wish you all the best.
When did he have that hair? When did he have that hair?
Well, I'm just surprised. I'm just
we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that.
Dye his hair in 12 hours.
Yeah, we'll move on from this. There's a few tweets as well that I would like to share. So that was a goodbye message yesterday, right? So why is it doing this today? Okay, anyways. John Murtaugh. We were particularly impressed by Mason Mount's strong desire to join Man United. We loved his thirst for further success as we push to drive up our performance levels next season and beyond. Another tweet here from Fabrizio in regards to the Mason Mount deal. Mount, I'm very excited. Quoting Mason Mount, I'm very excited to work under Eric Ten Hag. It's never easy leaving the club where you grew up, but Man United will provide an exciting new challenge for the next phase of my career. Can't wait to be a part of the group's drive to win major trophies. We move on here.
Oh,
Mason Mount. This one's shocking to me. Mason Mount will be Man United's new number 7. Club confirms. Marketing.
That looks so odd. That
marketing,
just looks
100%
odd.
What do you mean,
marketing.
man?
Like he's taking shit.
He's defo balling out, man. He's defo balling out.
Christ, what are you talking about, Chris? What are you talking about, man? The troll is too trolly. The focus for Mason Mount is not money, but ambition. Having felt unwanted at Chelsea, he will enter a club in United eager to embrace his talents. This is set to be paid more. He is set to be paid more than £200,000 a week, potentially rising to at least £250,000 a week with bonuses, in the same ballpark as deal Chelsea had originally offered, as well as rival proposal put forward by Liverpool. Translation: he chose in United and not Liverpool.
Translation: Liverpool never came in with any bid. Translation: how about that? It's just Man United.
True.
Same with the Bayern.
Chelsea. Chelsea sources have told The Athletic the contract offered in February, 1-year deal worth £200K a week, also came with a release clause worth £70 million, which would have allowed him to leave this summer if he so wished. So it wasn't, one of those, what does Minerals call it? The prison contract?
Yes.
Yeah,
would have had a release clause.
That is really strange, though. I can't lie.
Okay.
Offering a release clause, like that's just weird for a big club.
It goes to my thing that as I always said, they never thought they were going to get the 17-18 million that they started quoting this summer for him. They knew they were never going to get it. That's why they put the thing in there, because they knew with 1 year left they weren't going to get that, no matter what. So that goes to what I said before. It was just a starting point for negotiations. They knew they were never going to ever get that high for him, no matter what.
That's true.
Not on 1 year, especially.
Yeah, that's true, Andrew. I just look at that, and I do think it feeds a lot more heavily into the whole what was being said about that they feel like it was due to they were trying to maintain the valuation with the 1 year contract, and it wasn't anything beyond that.
So continuing on, Mason Mount's camp claim the first official offer from Chelsea came in August and represented a £30,000 per week increase on his base salary. Sources at Chelsea who denied this and insist 4 or 5 offers were made between then and November, all of similar length and financial package to the one that was signed by James. Moving forward, I got 2 more tweets. Chelsea have maintained that Mason Mount's display on the pitch did not justify him being paid higher wages than, for example, Reece James. This is coming from Simon Johnson. And then the last tweet I have here is on regards to Tony Mount, who actually played a part in this. Mason Mount's father, Tony Mount, had a phone conversation with Chelsea co-owners Todd Boehly and Begdad Bali to smooth the path to an agreement with Manchester United. There had been friction between the groups over the deterioration of Mount's relationship with Chelsea's power brokers. Sources familiar with the situation say that led to Boehly and Iqbali digging their heels in over a high price, starting at £70 million plus add-ons. And pretty much that's the sum of most of the news that came out today in regards to that stuff. Go ahead, Andrew.
I just want to say something, because I want to let the guys going up there say. First of all, there's 101 people in here, so thank you very much.
Oh, hell yeah.
For that.
Smash that like button.
I need you to pay the rent. I know it's free. Just you freeloaders, just press the like button, please. Just press the like
Smash
button.
that like.
No, we're 60,
Smash that like.
60 subscribers away from 2K as well. So if we can try and get close to 1950. But just going on to the...
Let's get those thumbs up merchant in the chat.
The Mount thing. Listen, whatever you say about the video, whatever. It sounds a bit soulless and everything like that. I don't know if he was taking shot at others that had left like notes, like Kai and Ruben and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think he was, but whatever. It's done now. He can go. All this thing about it's all PR now between the club, stuff like that. I'm just glad that this is the last time we will ever speak about this guy like this, because he's done. He's not our club anymore, so he's not our concern whatsoever. It's how we move forward and replace him. Or
that's a lie. That's not the last time we're gonna speak about it.
I hope it's
no.
not.
I mean, like in terms of, like I said at the start of the stream, the only way I think we'll talk about him is
in relation to Chelsea.
If more stuff comes out, and if he when he plays against us, that'll be it.
I also, I forgot to do one thing before we go. The Blue Lounge, thank you so much for the £2 chat for your rent. I appreciate it, man. Big up the Blue Lounge, guys. Make sure to check out his channel if you haven't done so already. Another Chelsea content creator. I do need to share this. I thought this was humorous. I think you guys will actually find this funny as well. Let me share. Here we go. Let's see what Rory had to say about this.
I mean, it's slightly self-indulgent, isn't it? I mean, also bringing up all of the reasons why he loved Chelsea, the fact that he's been there for so long, the fact that he won all those trophies as a youth, the fact that he had such a good relationship with the fans, the fact that he had so many joyful memories with the managers that he listed. All right, mate, if it means that much, you don't leave. Like, if you really care, I'm not too into your platitudes. I'm not too into the fact that you rather self-indulgently want to film yourself and your new trim telling us how much you care about you just Manchester United. Like, look it up and own that. Like, you are now a Manchester United player. So be a Manchester United player, own that you're a Manchester United player, and be totally frank and say that you don't really care about Chelsea. Because that's what this is, isn't it? Like, coming out and going, oh, you know, I love you guys. I'm not going to play for you anymore. I want to go to Manchester United. I love you guys. I'm not going to play for you anymore. I want to go and, you know, play in front of the Stretford end. I love you guys, but I want to go and play in the Champions League for them. Don't pretend to be a Chelsea man, or don't pretend to be this like icon of Chelsea or somebody who idolizes Chelsea and loves Chelsea and bleeds Chelsea and wants to play at Stamford Bridge. Because if you wanted to play at Stamford Bridge, you'd be playing at Stamford Bridge. You don't need this video. He might need to do this video because he might want to make it as seamless an exit as possible. But the only person who this is for is Mason Mount.
I think it's so rich that of all the people, Rory is the one. He's the second person I didn't expect to come out.
Flip-flop, bro. What do you mean? He's a flip-flop. I don't know why he's
a bit of a flip-flop.
You heard it right there.
He's consistent on some things.
No, he's not. He's just a flip-flop.
I mean, he's consistent that he never liked Havertz. So
you heard Rory right there. He's now revoked Mount of his Chelsea man status.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he left us, man. He left us.
He's the only man that can do it, you know.
Yeah, so
that's why you never get too attached to players, because let's face it, literally 95% or I don't know what percent really, but like just not loyal to the club really, just for them, and that's fair enough as well. But they don't even pretend they're like loyal to the club because they're not.
I just have a genuine question. How long did it take y'all to break up with the girlfriends before? Like, is that really how you taken? Like, you can't let it go, can you?
Hey, the news is the news.
The news is the news.
I didn't talk about this at all, bro. I refuse to talk about this. I'm tired.
Yeah. Hey man, I try to talk about things that are currently the hot button topics. Pochettino.
Is this hot button? Is this really hot button anymore? Like, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I dare you to open your Twitter timeline and not see a single thing about Mason Mount. I dare you.
Let me check fine now.
I do.
Oh, I can take the dare. Do you know what my timeline is?
It doesn't. Dogs.
Whoa,
yes, the freaking dogs and puppies of this winter sofa.
Yeah, I figured that one. Yeah, that's true. That's part of it.
And the only way I can do it is block him, but I don't want to block him. He's my BFF from another country.
Oh my god.
You guys are too funny.
I have to suffer through it. I have to suffer for the puppies, man.
Every time I press the bell, Surfa's name is the first.
Look, and if I was gonna try to comment one time, and I was like, dude, please, for the love of God, stop with the puppies. And when I go into the comment, somebody already comment, "Oh, how cute is it?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm gonna be a dick if I'm gonna back and forth like what?
True.
So I didn't left any comments on it. Man,
Oh my days.
seriously, with the damn puppies, I'd rather see it mount.
I apologize.
Yeah, I mean on Mount too. My opinion on that whole goodbye thing. If he meant it, look, I don't have a problem with reading a script. Ruben Neves read a script, but you could tell Ruben Neves was like, he had so much more to say. You could tell he had at least like a say in what he wanted to talk about and discuss in this video, and he got emotional in the video. He showed some emotion, and he hasn't been at Wolves. He's been at Wolves 6 years. Mason Mount's been at Chelsea for what, 16, 18 years? A very long time.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very long time. So I mean, I don't. Maybe it's because like the relationship did go sour, and he has like a bitterness about Chelsea now. But at the end of the day, like I think most people can read through that. He's reading off the script, doesn't really care much, and it was done weeks ago. It wasn't even done recently. I just find it so weird, and a red flag immediately when Fabrizio Romano's, of all people, saying like, "Oh, Mason Mount has a goodbye message coming out tomorrow." I was like, "What the fuck? Like, why are you talking about this? You're just here for transfer news. Like, why is this part of the news?" So it's just weird. It's just a very weird, like, egotistical behavior that's come out of this kid, man, which I would not have expected, but it's just strange to me.
You wonder why Fabrizio retweeting the Mount stuff? I wonder
Well, he's
why.
being fed the news. He's being fed the news by his either his team or the Chelsea team or the United team. Like, it is what it is. I mean, we're here to talk about Mason Mount or Pochettino, whatever you guys want to talk about. Don't all jump in at once.
Yay, Mason Mount! He had the video just like the terrorist when they got somebody. Read this freaking news.
Nah, but under Mauricio
Like,
Pochettino,
I am okay.
make it look like you're feeling it. Make it look like it's true. Hold the newspaper with the dates in front of.
he's the good
Yeah. Show the newspaper, the day's
I'm okay.
newspaper.
One thing I will
I'm
say,
being
one
treated
thing-
well. Please don't try and find me.
one thing I will say, yeah, I'll talk about Pochettino because I don't want to talk about Mount, which is that
Yeah.
with Poch, I don't really care about the interview. I just want to see, wins and play style and everything on the pitch. I want to see, words mean nothing to me. I want to see action.
I just wish I was at that barbecue because Argentinian
Me
steaks
too.
are the best
Yeah.
things in the world, man.
Alex
So-
knows. I really wanted to be at that barbecue.
I really don't care. Pochettino, like with the managers, I don't think there's loyalty
Hey,
to the
I bet
managers,
you if Reece
especially
James-
the ones
Reece
that
James
got
showed up-
fired.
If Reece James showed up, he would have been put on salads, right, Alex? No meat.
Yeah. Well, meat is protein. You can't get fat from meat.
That's true.
Yeah, it would have been excess.
Maybe
carbs.
that's the problem, Andrew.
That's it.
You don't know. You don't know what meat's supposed to do. But
Damn, that's what I'm going wrong all these years.
that's for the puppies.
Thank you, BFF.
That's
I like that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like fuck PETA and oh man, look, there's no loyalty with managers. There's never was. Especially how you can be loyal if you got fired. If I get fired from the club, seriously? What?
By the way,
Like I never got upset with Mourinho go to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you doing this?
It was 4.5 years after he left us. It's the same as Spurs. It's like,
Yeah, he got fired from
Get over it,
United.
man. Yeah, got fired from United. Jesus Christ.
We find
what I
a
mean?
lot.
So yeah, I'm not getting upset about the managers. The only thing I really care about is the play and how he's gonna change the mentality of the players. That's the only thing I care about. And some guys in the chat keep saying that of like Alex is all the things that needs to be signed to players. I'm kind of confused with that guy. When did I ever want to sign every player on the planet? Like, first of all, I'm not that guy. I think you're confusing me with Kai. Kai is the one. I'm not the one. I know he sounds and looks like me, but no. No pun intended. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is with this whole situation with there's not existing problem with the managers. There's not existing problem with the players. The players are the players. Even if offer comes for Reece James this transfer window, 150 mil, I'm accepting it if I was Chelsea. I'm accepting it.
That's a tough one for me. I don't know if I would accept 150 mil for Reece.
I'll accept it today.
It depends. You know what? It depends
the
on.
Guy plays 20, 30 games a season. Yeah, I'm okay with it. He's best in the world, but he's not available.
If Malo Gusto steps up, then I'm more comfortable with selling on Reece. But it's also on Reece. I don't know if Reece wants to leave the club. But if the right salary and the right
to
money
be fair, he looks lean. He looks lean.
Yes.
You approve, Chris? Okay.
He's literally been posting pictures. He's a lot leaner than he was like compared to last season. I think he's probably dropped probably 5 kg between 10. I don't know, obviously exact number, but he's definitely more lean.
Wow. The guy with the X-ray vision.
Yes, the X-ray vision.
He looks the guy and says 10 kg, 5 kg.
He's done it before, though, Alex. He's done it before under Tuchel.
Andrew, you might want to get hooked up with what's his name, with Chris, because
I got 20/20 vision now.
Yeah.
No, he's done it before, so you can do it. It's not it is hard. It's not easy. He isn't fat. He's just got a lot of muscle.
All right, mate.
Mm.
All right, mate.
Okay.
Why did you get uncomfortable there, Ahmed? What's going on with you, man?
No, I'm reading something. But I was trying to say that. Listen, man, he's lying. He needs to stop lying to yourself, there, Chris. That's all.
I'm lying to you. Don't think he's got. So you don't think he's leaned up? He's definitely leaned up. Have you not seen?
He's lost weight. Don't get me wrong. No one's denying that. But you were saying that he was what's it called? He has too much muscle, or something like that. That's not.
What
true.
you think he's fat?
No, I just think he was. I think he was maintaining a weight which wasn't helping him out on the field, and now has reduced that. I think that's the right word to use.
No, he actually dropped a mass because he wasn't fat. He was massive. But what do you expect from? I almost said fat Somali, but we move.
I'm not fat. I don't know why you keep on saying this nonsense. Do you want me to stand up?
No. Stay sitting. Everyone.
Yes, please. Yes, please. So I can do the screenshots and.
No, okay.
I will literally abuse you.
But yeah, Reece James did put on more muscle this previous season. Looks like he leaned out a little bit more over the I guess international break.
Yeah,
is that the reason why? Is that the reason why he kept getting injured? Maybe. We also had the most injuries of any club this season than any other club.
I don't.
I was speaking. Someone was on my live stream today. That's
Ooh, again.
That was a medical.
Slid that right in about his YouTube channel. See that?
That was a medical student, and he was saying that a lot of the injuries we had were small tissue injuries, and they're usually caused by not enough strengthening and conditioning. So he was saying that hopefully with what Poch is doing these 2 weeks, we should be okay. So that's what he told me at the very least. And it doesn't make sense with what I know.
Scott, I haven't heard from you yet, man. What do you think about either of the things that we discussed today, man? The Mason Mount bullshit or the Mauricio Poch interview?
A good fucking riddance. Also, I called this, by the way. I called he was going to be number 7. I
don't know what they're thinking about. I mean, they're thinking about money. That's what they are. But
I wonder where he's going to line up. Probably somewhere roughly end up between Depay and Di Maria, maybe. In the history of their number 7s. On the Pochettino thing, I'll be real. Apart from the quotes, I didn't actually watch the interview. I just saw a few of the quotes that were mentioned. And he said all the right things. I'll say that much. He said all the right things. and he came across as confident. But like, we have to wait and see how we perform on the pitch and things like that. Excuse me.
To be fair, I thought Pochettino English is way better than the way he speaks.
Yeah.
I thought it's not good. I thought it was better. For as many years as I thought it was better. As many years as he'd been in what's the name? In England, I thought it was better. But I agree with Scott. It was boring interview anyway. It was boring.
I liked it. I thought it was a good interview. I mean, considering where I came from with Potter and Lampard, we needed someone else that was a breath of fresh air. So it was nice to hear the manager that we're going to have and what ideas he's going to have and the mentality he's trying to instill into the club and all that. And it's good that he's trying to, at least with the younger players, trying to instill the mentality of like dying for the badge and caring for the badge and, you know, showing on the pitch that you care and you want to be here and stuff. And even setting up another team of players who don't want to be here. So I think it's important too, because I know a lot of us here on the panel and a lot of people in chat complained about players that were playing like Ziyech or Pulisic that didn't want to be at the club. And it seems that with Poch, that's not going to be the case. Players that want to be at the club are going to be the ones that are going to play. Everyone else can just bench and wait.
On a side note, am I the only one who found it really weird the way that the group of players that were told they would like, they're the guys that are they're looking to move on? It found it really weird the way they were described.
Yeah, I mentioned that the fact that Ziyech headlined that group as well. Yeah,
not even just that of like, it's just really weird way of describing like a group of players that you're looking to sell.
I know it's both ways. Yeah, just why that?
Yeah,
I don't even know what do you mean. Is there some kind of group that for sale list?
Yeah, the bomb squad thing.
Yeah, they call it a bomb squad.
It's a bit insensitive, honestly, with the Ziyech thing. And also,
I'm just going to point out. I'm fairly certain. I could be wrong, but I'm sure at least 2, maybe 3 of the players in that list are Muslim.
Oba's not Muslim. Lukaku's not Muslim.
Oh, I thought they were.
Oh no,
Why you have an issue with Muslims, Scott?
No.
I'm saying I'm just saying it's a. As I said,
you tried to find. Oh, I see. You tried to find the problem, but actually you're the only one. Oh, I see what he did. You see what he did.
No, that's why it was weird. That's why it was particularly with Ziyech, didn't it? That's why. Aubameyang is called Pierre. Like, I don't think that's a Muslim name. It's a French name, so.
I'll tell you what, bro.
Fair enough, yeah.
I just read something that he's Christian. Okay, never mind. Aubameyang, not.
Yeah, it's called Pierre, mate. I don't think that's an Islamic name. I'm pretty sure.
That's definitely fucking not a Christian name if I ever heard one. Name.
Not every Christian has a Christian names. What are the Christian names?
I said he's not a Muslim name.
Okay. Hold on a second. Where is there a specific indictment of Muslim names or Christian names? I'm seriously,
beautiful game.
No, we're not. We're just saying that's not a Muslim name. What do you mean?
I mean, like, is there Muslim names?
Yes, like for example, my name is Ahmed. Literally, it's a Muslim name. It's not even Arabic.
Yeah, but not every Ahmed is a Muslim. Muslim.
The majority of the time, Ahmed is a Muslim name. What are you talking about? It's not used in any other context usually. It's very rare that it's been used. It's like a less than 1% chance. Ahmed is literally the name of like the Prophet, for example. So it's very rare for someone to decide to call their son the name after the Prophet, for example. So
I know plenty of Ahmed. Ahmed is different sound in anyway.
No, it's the same name. It doesn't matter. It
I know.
Or AKMED, same thing. It's the same name.
Anyway, let's move on from this. This is different. Like, you see, Scott, what you doing?
I do not see this tag that you supposedly tagged me in the beautiful game. I don't know if my mentions aren't working on Twitter or whatever, but I do not see anything here. You see Ronaldinho though. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, what's gonna happen? Next 2 weeks from now, we're gonna finally see the players in preseason.
I do have a question for Winter Surfer. Do you get paid for every retweet or something?
He's not here.
He's not here.
He's not here.
Oh, he left.
Yeah.
The BFF is gone.
Didn't even know.
Don't know where, but he's left to probably retweet more dogs and pets and cats and all that stuff. Who knows? But yeah, ladies and gents, if you do want to join the stream, the link is in the chat for you guys to partake. But yeah, any player in particular. Now that we're seeing the international break and stuff with the U21s and all that, any player in particular that you guys are looking forward to seeing?
Broja.
Madueke.
Okay. Why Broja? Because we need a striker?
No, I just want to see how he does with that knee, if he has any mental.
Okay. You think Madueke has developed more? I'm sure. Scott?
Yeah, he's further along in his development than Mudryk is.
Is he playing in the U21?
Mudryk is, yeah.
They both are.
Madueke didn't play in the semi-final. But
Yeah, Madueke's in the England setup.
Yeah.
By the way, they're not coming to the World the preseason because they just now finished.
I think they'll
So
come
they go
late.
on
They'll come
vacation.
late.
Yeah.
They won't come. Yeah.
I think 2 weeks or after the final, for example, Ukraine just now got knocked out. So they are probably Mudryk is gonna be 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. He's be back in training.
It's quite a crazy one with Mudryk because he actually hasn't had a break at all. Because when the domestic season and the European season ended, he went to play for the Ukraine senior team in the international break, and then he had an agreement where because he wants to get better and all that.
He also had a winter break. But Ukrainian league don't have a winter season. They break for winter.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
he-
That's true. I'm just talking about specifically the summer. You know, he's been playing for the senior and the youth team.
He also just had a break in general. Not just because of because I swear the Ukrainian league didn't kick off properly. Or wasn't fully.
No, they kick out properly. They just don't play in Ukraine. They played in Poland.
All right.
Is he even going to be allowed to come to training early? Or are they going to have to force him to take the 2 weeks off?
It's up to him, actually.
I'll say they probably have to. I wouldn't say the 2 week break. I don't think is a case of it's not one of those where it's a mandatory thing. It's probably a recommendation.
Yeah, it's a recommendation. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a formality. Yeah.
I mean, well, he can go only for 1 week. They usually he can go for let's say 1 week for to the beach or something and come back. But another thing, Scott, I don't think Madueke and him are that far apart in the development. Not a freaking chance. I don't think so. I think we're quite even, actually. To be fair, I think we're quite even.
Thank you, The Beautiful Game. I got your tweet. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
Ah, I've seen this.
Oh dear.
So we did. So Mudryk said he's not going on vacation at all. Apparently, after
That's
the
apparently, yeah, apparently that's what
okay.
he said.
Oh wow!
I keep seeing this highlight of Levi Colwell today.
Dude, he was good.
Was he good? I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it. I just see the one play that everyone's going crazy about where he's just holding the ball for 5 minutes and then he passes it. I'm like, what's
That's what he
going
does.
on?
He does that at Brighton for anyone that doesn't. Yeah, that's literally how.
Yeah,
De
that's
Zerbi-
not what I'm. That's not what I was talking.
Yeah.
I saw the link, but that's not what I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing where he just has his foot on the ball. That's what the Brighton centre backs do. It draws pressure. And then they're obviously good enough on the ball to not get pressed and get the ball taken from them. You know, it's really different.
The player
reason
didn't even
why-
press him though.
Well, that's the point. We're winning.
But that's the point. Is they hold on to the ball because they're waiting. They're even waiting.
His passing range is what impresses me.
You know, they're waiting for a midfielder to make some space. If he holds on to the ball there and no one presses him, then he's under no pressure. Like he doesn't even have to do anything.
Let me see if I can find the stats.
I just like him spreading the ball wide. That's my kind of center back that can put the foot behind. That's what I'm talking about from center back. That creativity was. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of him going into the discovery option. You know, like to look for the how you say it. Look for the I don't know how to explain it. Forcing the issue, you know what I'm saying? Like this thing he needs to kick it out of his game, and the quicker he do it, the better, because I can see the young players with anticipation, but also can be coached based on the manager the way he likes it. The biggest problem with those kind of individuality of the players, they kind of do tend to be more, because I can see him as a creative player in his head, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they look too much creativity and they getting in trouble if they go forward. But that's basically because of the young age as a centre back.
Well, that's where you hope Poch manages him well enough.
Trying to find. Oh, here it is. I found it. Let me pull this up. So, and let's see. Levi Colwell's stats for today.
Was this a game today?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Did England concede?
No.
So he's still not conceded a goal in this tournament.
Well, he's not the only one. The whole England.
Well, yeah, him and his centre back partner and the fullbacks, they all haven't conceded like that. That's got to be a credit to him somewhat.
Well, don't give credit to Mount when they scored the goal. Then you see what I'm saying? You credit the whole team when it benefits you, but when it doesn't, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not the only one that actually the reason why he didn't concede it.
Yeah, but he's a part of it, though.
I agree, he's a part of it.
Mm-hmm. What teams have England played so far in this tournament?
I don't know.
They played
Israel today. They played what's the name? Portugal. They beat them 1-0. Then what's the name? Who did Wales play? I actually think Ukraine had a tougher competition to that point than England.
England did beat a team 7-0. I just can't figure out who it is. There's nobody.
Yeah, because they had nobody. The only team that they had decent is Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked that specifically for that reason, because it's one thing to have an impressive stat you not conceded any goals and have kept
the Spanish team is quite good. So Spain. So we'll see how they do it over there. But I still think England can win.
So Spain eliminated Ukraine today.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Another what's the name? Assist for Mudryk.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I did see that, and it looked really impressive. I'm just hoping he brings it back to Chelsea, which we'll see. Again,
he will.
You think so? Because I'm worried that because he's playing with under 21s, it's not the same as playing with more mature.
No, it's under 21. But for example, the reason why I disagree with Scott about Madueke versus Mudryk, I think Mudryk's style is more sustainable in the Premier League than Madueke. That head down dribble and against you have to have substantial amount of talent to do all that. I just think in the minute that he's gonna realize that he needs to play more 1-2s and all that, that's when he's gonna be a proper.
You could argue the style was more sustainable, like you said, but I think one of the bigger things with Mudryk, it's about his first touch and things like that. That if you can refine that, then maybe it will become a bit more evident.
If you see what Mudryk, people saying that his first touch is not that. I think it's the brain. For example, some of the players do, they think ahead so much that they not concentrating on the simple things. For example, every time when you see the bad touch on him, just look what he's trying to do. He's trying to control the ball to make the first move after the first touch.
Right.
And that sometimes is getting into the young player's head. And this is the difference between grown-up players and young players. When you kick that thing out, concentrate on the simple thing over this. Don't overcomplicate yourself.
Right.
That's what, like, you see what I'm saying? You'll see, like, Madueke will do this better with the games because he's young. Those things will get kicked out of his system. He will not gonna be dribbled because manager's gonna tell him not every time you hold the ball, get the ball, you gotta dribble against the player because you're gonna exhaust everybody behind you because they're gonna be concentrating. We're gonna get tired. You see what I'm saying? Not every ball has to be a long range ball because you're gonna be running that forward into the ground. You see what I'm saying? Those things can be managed by a really, really good manager, not actually manager, coach. Because coach is the one that coaches that. Manager is the manager. Manager thinks bigger pictures, but the coach is on the field. The ones that breaks the tactically games, they're gonna tell them that. That's a process of growing up.
Yeah, well, I can tell that Poch is going to definitely have a look at him because if the reports are to be believed, he's still looking at this sort of right winger / attacking midfielder profile, a bit like of the Ericsson mold at Spurs. So Madueke doesn't play like that. Maybe he'll try and adapt him into that kind of thing or something else. I don't know, but it's going to be looked at for sure as he tries to put a system in place.
Well, I was going to ask you actually, or just the panel in general. Do you guys think that Mudryk is going to start over Sterling?
I hope not.
Pochettino?
I hope not. I hope not.
Probably.
I hope not too, because
I hope it will be at times, but it depends on Sterling too. It depends on Kuku, depends on a striker, it depends on everything. Because if we had center forward, center forward, one thing I can give you example more than anybody, more than Madueke, Modric will look for the forward pass way before Madueke would. Modric will always play a pass before dribble or anything.
I just realized something. Did anyone see Nkuku in the training videos? Because I haven't seen him yet. I just realized that.
He's still on vacation.
He's on vacation?
Yes. He just somebody shared that he posted a picture in Miami.
Somebody did make a tweet that showed like everyone that's at the preseason training based on the media.
I just realized Nkunku wasn't on there.
He probably won't be coming back.
He's on vacation. He's on vacation.
He'll be coming back next week. Yeah.
Humphreys is there though. That's important.
Yeah, he came back from his loan in the Bundesliga too.
I forgot that, but yeah. So back to what I was saying with the Mudryk or Raheem Sterling thing. I agree that I hope he doesn't actually get to play or start rather, because I want this player to develop. I feel like everyone's seeing him at Ukraine and doing all this and that, and now there's putting more pressure on him. And the moment people have such short-term memories, the moment he has a bad game, everyone keeps bringing up, 90 million price tag. This player is overrated. He's a flop. All this and that and this bullshit. Forgetting the fact that he's developing still.
People forget that just actually brought up. He was the season was over in Ukraine in the winter. They did not play. So when he joined us, it's like he came from the summer.
Yeah.
So he joined us when we actually after the break. The reason why they're in the training, because they were still in the Champions League, but their season is over for them. So he wasn't playing. So he was getting his fitness back when he actually joined Chelsea.
Yeah, I understood that, but the fan base or the rivals, obviously the rivals aren't going to ever understand it.
Well, also to people that react like that, he's not 90 million, but we move.
Yeah, I just want this player to develop. The same thing I want Madueke to develop. Obviously, I want them to get more playtime this season, but do I want them to start? Because I already see the tweets like, Pochettino has to start him, has to start Modric and stuff. And I'm like, why are we putting this pressure on this kid? Like, we have a veteran winger in Raheem Sterling. Depending on
I just hope both of them will start. Modric or Madueke. One of them, like for example, Madueke and Sterling, Modric and Sterling. You know what I'm saying? Like versus both Madueke and Sterling.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And both of them shouldn't be starting. They're too young for both to start.
Yeah, I agree. They need time.
Yeah, I definitely think that the slower we take it with these players, the better off it's going to be.
It's a double. I tell you what though, it's a double-edged sword though with the pressure you put on Mudryk, because on the one hand, if you start him, then he's got that pressure, but there's also a pressure with being on the bench and you haven't lived up to your standards. So it's a really difficult balancing act, if you get what I mean.
It's just about having patience. It's on the fan base. Like, I still maintain you can start both of them. Like, across the season, you can start both of them, because like teams have shown you can start 2 young wingers as long as your expectations and you don't expect, like, your expectations are at a level where they need to be. Like, for example, look at Arsenal. They had 2 21, 22-year-olds starting on the wing for them, and like these are guys. Well, one of them like hasn't had that much game time in his career in the grand scheme of things, especially not to a high level, but they managed to do it most weeks because they had a level of expectation that they put on and that wasn't too high. It was at just the right level. Whereas we're expecting them to put in Hazard level performances when they're not Hazard. They never will be Hazard because no.
First of all, I don't agree with that, Scott, because based on what Saka when started and based on when Martinelli was starting it, there's expectation from them, and there's a reason why Arteta was under the pressure. That turns out after the 2 years of irrelevance, do you want us to are you okay for us for 2 seasons to not be relevant in the league based on just 3rd season for them to succeed? Are you okay with that?
It's not. I'm not talking about irrelevancy though. I'm just talking about like the expectation. Like, look at what they did for Martin. Like, no one's like Arsenal fans are not expecting Martinelli, despite what they say, right? Despite what they may claim about Martinelli, he's the next this, that, right? They're not putting expectations on him to be the best winger in the league. Like, I'm sorry, most Arsenal fans are not expecting that. Our fans are putting that level of expectation on Mudryk and Madueke, which they will never be at this stage, and that is the issue.
I think the problem with what you just said, what is for me personally, it's you saying it depends on expectation. I don't think expectation of Chelsea Football Club should be based on expectation of a young player. We do not put expectations of Chelsea on the young players. We put opposite. Young players needs to be expectation based on Chelsea. That's my personal opinion. I gotta go play. So I'll see you guys. Good stream. See you guys later.
All right, Alex. Thanks for coming on, man. We'll talk to you soon. The link is still out there for you guys. I'll post it again if you do want to join in on the conversation. And as I said that, Hassan, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the show. What do you got to say about anything we talked about? The Mason Mount. There's an echo coming out of you, by the way.
YouTube's playing. That's why.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you have to say about the whole Mudryk situation, or not the Mudryk situation? I'm sorry, the Mason Mount situation, Poch, Levi Colwill, Mudryk, any of the stuff, anything, any anticipation for next season? Scott, did you need to say something?
I was just going to say I vehemently disagree with what Alex said, because like, what was the expectations of Badiashile when he joined? There was none, and guess what? He was our second best centre back last season. Because the expectations, like, we didn't put unreal expectations. We let him do what he wanted to do, and it's the same thing. Like, these guys can start next season, and it'll be fine, as long as you don't expect from minute 1 to minute whatever at the end of the season, you're going to expect Hazard level performances. Because I'll tell you now, you're going to be disappointed. It's just how it is. If you put realistic expectations, they'll be fine. They can both start, they can both play, and they'll both perform. Yeah, they'll have poor performances here and there because young players do, but they'll be absolutely fine.
One thing I good games, even besides not besides Silva. But go ahead, Ahmed. Sorry.
I just think one thing we need to realize this season is about, I think in my eyes, one word: development. We want all of these young guys to develop as players, to become better players. Hopefully by the end of the season, and then, so that they are at least giving us good performances week in and week out. Of course, you want the next level to be them, doing world class performances as such, but what we need from them is week in, week out good performances and them developing as players. I think that's just a fair thing to say. I'm not sure. Obviously, there might be 1 week or 2 weeks or 2 weeks where they're not great enough, but it is what it is. And Ryan needs to leave, man. This guy's been texting me all day about Levi Colwill, man. Listen, bro, Levi Colwill's not coming to your club. He's not coming to your club, please. Like, let it go, big man.
Over 100 of you guys watching. Be sure to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Winter Surfer, big up to you. And if you would like to join, like I said, the link is at the top, pinned, or I just dropped it up in chat. So be sure to check it out and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Ryan, I'm looking at you. Hassan, what are you saying, brother?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. Hope you guys have been well. But yeah, I mean, oh my god, I lost track of my words there for a second. I was gonna say, with the whole Mason Mount situation, I think it's a strange one. It's arguably the strangest because it's two extremes. One's gonna be on the social side, but I will say that social media and real life are two separate opinions. And thank God that YouTube does not echo what Twitter says, because we'd be finished as a fan base if it did echo what the Twitter side said. But yeah, thinking objectively, let's be honest, I understand his point of view where whatever the original offer was, it must have been good because he really wanted that original offer back when they tried to renegotiate. But it all came down to one thing, and I don't blame Bowley, and I don't blame the board, and I don't blame anyone for this. It's literally money. And rightfully so. I mean, I think we'd all demand the money he wants if we were in his shoes. And it is what it is. Like, the only thing that I expect for players playing for my club is commitment. Loyalty, let's be honest, it doesn't exist anymore because if everyone here can throw 250, 300k, just look at Saudi, prime example. What's pulling everyone to Saudi? Obviously, the luxury life and facility that they're offering, as well as money. There's no other reason you'd go to Saudi for competitive reasons. But of course, this is Man United, and Man United are known to give stupid wages to players. And he's even got the number 7 shirt, which, of course, like, I do believe that his dad's also a United fan. And he's one of the main agents and one of the main reasons why he's probably pushed for the move as well. But yeah, it all comes down to money, and there's nothing much I can say, really. He's been a great servant to the club. He's done what he needed to do. Thank him for the commitment for the Champions League. But like I said, with the whole Mason Mount situation, players come and go. You can't really go to that, and you can't really... I just don't get the fetish around him. I don't get the defensive aspect around him. Well, to be honest, I know that some of them have personally talked to Mount, FaceTimed him and stuff, which is why they probably are defensive. And to fair play is fair, you know what I mean? You got to keep your connections close to you, and it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, besides that, he's gone now. He's not my problem. I hope he fails. I hope we scammed United. It's as simple as that. What, do you want me to wish someone that goes to a rival?
I just haven't heard anyone say I hope he fails.
Bro, I couldn't care.
Throughout history, like,
right,
there's been sections of fans that have been angered if one of their best performing players, whether you agree with it or not, goes to a rival club. It's been there. I don't care, bro. I want him to fail just like how Mata failed, just like how Matic kind of flopped. I just wanted to, because the best thing I want is to scam people for our players. And of course, with the Poch situation, let's be honest, we've all have our reservations.
Hold on to that thought real quick, Hassan, because I wanted to touch on something, and you reminded me. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute you because of the echo. Okay, you got it. With the whole Mount situation too, I forgot to mention this, and I mentioned something about this a long time ago. We're talking like prior to the World Cup. I had mentioned that if you guys think it's possible that because of the fame, that there's more of an ego and there's more of like a, I don't think I worded it this way, but I was trying to aim towards like maybe there's more of a marketing aspect as to why a deal can't be agreed with Mason. Maybe that's why he also thinks himself so highly because he is
for
marketable.
example, like image rights, would you say?
Yeah, image rights. Look, he got the number 7. You know, like...
There was reports of him wanting
he definitely didn't get the number 7 because he's a great player.
That's not the good news for United as well. Him getting number 7.
No, well,
I was gonna say that shows for Man United Like that's their only big signing they're making. They're not making any other signings. So probably the
Holy shit.
120,
They're making
the
Onana,
120
bro.
million.
They're about
is
to buy
probably-
Onana,
That's
bro.
fine, Onana.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what
I don't
mean.
think
But
they
no,
are,
but,
actually.
Yes, they are,
no, but
bro.
I'm talking about
Hold on, I gotta
outfielders
see
anyway,
it.
Ahmed. I'm talking about outfielders, not like goalkeepers. Like that's
They're
go
about to
that's go
sign
cost.
Hodgland as well. What are you
Who?
talking about? They're about to sign Hodgland, the striker.
Højlund.
Yeah, sorry, I said Hodgland. My
How
bad.
much does he go cost?
Probably somewhere in the 40 million range, 50 million.
Yeah,
They
but
gotta-
Mason Mount will still be a bigger signing.
Doesn't matter.
And,
if
he's a
biggest
bigger
signing or not,
name.
bro.
He's a bigger
and
name.
on
That's why he's
paper, I
number
think
10.
Mason Mount's going to be
Mason
their
Mount is a
biggest
bigger.
signing.
Yeah, he's a bigger name.
Yeah, on paper,
When
yeah.
it comes
of
to
course.
marketing and money,
Yeah,
definitely
he's
the
a bigger
biggest
name.
signing,
When it-
which is
when it
why they gave him the
comes to-
7.
Literally, Mount's England's poster boy, man. And he's got the iconic 7. They
When it-
don't
when it
usually
comes
give
to-
the 7s unless it's a big signing.
When it comes to
Even though
money,
if
he's
they
probably
flop.
going to be their most expensive signing. He won't be their best signing.
Wow, we don't know actually. Like
No,
they
he
all
won't be their
flop.
best signing.
Well, I don't
Right.
know if they're gonna go because they're
No, no, but that's why I said on
budget.
paper. I didn't say on because
Yeah.
how many
Real
signings
quick.
on paper have we made that were good but turned out to be flops?
I think
I agree with Hassan. Real quick, I do want to show you guys this because this is the latest tweet. This came out today. Inter director Asulio on Man United bid for Onana. As of today, the proposals are not at the level we expected. In this moment, he's our goalkeeper and Andre is key player for us. We'd like to keep him. Then we'll see what happens. We wait for
Hey,
him
this club's
on
funny
July
as shit,
13th
man.
for preseason.
This club is funny as shit.
So
These are the
Man
same.
United
This is
haven't
the
given
same
what they
people.
wanted.
No, this is
Yeah,
no,
but
this
this
is the club, by the way. So
But
this is
I
the same
laugh
club.
at them, by the way, Scott, because they're proposing a really high price for him that's unreasonable. And
No,
they're
but it's
coming out
not that.
saying,
This
"Oh,
is
we
the
haven't
same
gotten what we
club.
wanted."
This is
Yeah.
the same club that like is wanting to bid 25 mil in installments. Sorry, let me repeat that.
Yeah, yeah,
Installments. For Lukaku, who we
Mhm.
bought for 90 million or 90 plus million 2 years ago. So yeah, it's a funny club. you
No,
know.
but listen, this you know what Inter's like. They're gonna be saying this rubbish on the outside, but
Maybe.
we know from DiMarzio that they literally Man United bidded something like around about the 40 something range, and then they
Yeah,
want
yeah.
something in the 50 something range. So it's gonna happen. They're gonna get their goalkeeper, and then they're gonna get Højlund, and then I don't know, and then that's pretty much it, I think. So
Oh, yeah, that's
I
definitely.
mean, maybe they
It's
will,
around
maybe we will
20
too.
mark
We have to.
spending.
There's
We're not
there's
like-
outgoings that we have to get done, which has stopped us
we're
from
not
doing a
getting
lot of
yeah,
stuff.
but come on, guys, let's be real. We're not getting Onana, and Højlund is going to United. I'm pretty sure.
Bro, if they get Onana over us, I'm going to be a bit.
Well,
They're gonna get him, bro. Look, you
I
haven't had
don't
a
think we're
pip
gonna get
Scott. We've not had a pipsqueak.
Scott,
about
don't listen to
Chelsea.
Ahmed
Listen,
because
all I'm
What do you
he's
mean?
saying Caicedo
It's
wasn't
true,
going to
bro.
happen.
No,
He was
but
saying
it's not.
Caicedo wasn't going to
Guys,
happen
the
2 weeks
club
ago.
have already briefed. Listen, the club have already briefed to Fabrizio that we're trying to get another goalkeeper to compete with Kepa. When literally the Onana deal
No,
has literally been said to
my
us that
God.
we want
Don't.
too much money. Let it go, brother. Let it go. It's true. It's
He has been a bit poor moments, Scott, but like he's had a lot of good games this season too. I've seen.
No, he hasn't.
He has.
I mean,
And for
I
example,
would
he's
say
had, he's
that
had
the
a bad
best
game
time to
against.
get Onana would have
He's had a
been
bad
the
game
time when
against.
you.
He is. The hair is shit.
I don't know.
We all know
I think he's actually could be maybe a bit better than Kepa, maybe. But he'd be on a free
Bro,
as
the
well.
bars
Scott,
in hell, bro. They're both
yeah,
shit.
but I don't know what keepers we'll get if we
It's
can't get
like
Onana.
getting-
Who we got? hoped to
Onana,
get?
Manyan. Go and get out
I would
Mamadi.
yeah,
He's better.
I would take these keepers.
We're not even
but
gonna
if
get
we
Mamadi
don't get-
now, guys.
Yeah, but if we
We
don't
can't
get
even-
him, I would.
Bayern are now interested in him. Brilliant.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's not even coming. So who are you gonna get? What?
We're gonna end
Exactly,
up,
De
I already
Gea,
know.
De
I already know
Gea.
we're ending up with. I already know we're ending up with
There's-
Trubin, who
Yeah.
like if we get him cool. But I like apart from the fact I used him when I played FM.
FM.
I played
FM
Shakhtar,
legend.
that's about all I know. That's about all I know about him.
Bro, he literally all of
I
his
was
again
gonna
are
ask
FM
you
legends.
guys, right? Are you guys happy in a sense that Chelsea have gone kind of dark compared to the last transfer windows in terms of negotiations?
We're too busy.
Oh,
on
sure,
star players,
sure.
I think. As
I
well.
like not being an open book.
You know,
That's nice.
one of the things
Yeah,
that
because
said,
I was gonna say, right, the last window, right, we were named with so many people, and just like negotiations, you ask for a price. If it's too much, you walk away, stuff like that. Like literally every single detail was getting leaked, and I didn't really like that. And of course, it's Todd Bowley and stuff. It is the hot. I mean, talking about Chelsea at that time was like hot prospect, just like every transfer window is. But you know what I mean, like.
yeah,
I'm
bro,
just
Hassan,
kind of glad
bro,
that everything's in the dark now, because I know deep down, knowing Chelsea, we're in advanced talks, and
one of the
this is
things,
when
Hassan, that I said, one of the things that I said here beforehand, is that this summer window we need to be competent, bro. The only thing I want to be hearing is, here we go, medical scheduled
or advanced talks, literally.
No, or the players holding the shirt. Literally, that's all I want to hear about. That's all I want. Because like otherwise, bro, I don't want to be hearing Chelsea are negotiating Caicedo today, talks still advancing, yada yada yada. We don't want to be hearing that nonsense, bro.
No, but they always do that. Even even when the deal's done, it's controlled leaks. Like they don't really say anything until.
I must say,
but of course they gotta get their bread.
And
they gotta
also,
get their clicks.
that's why I always say we want to be like Man City. The deal's done. That's it, bro.
I will say though, like with the goalkeeper situation, do you think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that Kepa is on the wages of a starter, and to have two goalkeepers? Because if you bring in Onana or Magnan, you're gonna have to pay them more than what you're paying Kepa, or at least the same amount.
But then that's your fault, bro. You gotta make a in my opinion.
That's actually not Bowley's fault. That's
but again, Bowley, I think he can afford to make a loss on Kepa. What you can do with Kepa, try to get him out on loan. You pay 60-70% of the wages, so he's at least off your books.
Possibly.
And then you can bring in a number 2 on a lower wage who is a lot younger. And then he's only got 1 year in his contract left in the season after. You can probably organize some form of a contract ending for him, and it's done. Simple as that.
I mean, the first thing I'll say on that is that
how'd you find this one?
It would, I mean, getting him out on loan, that would depend on there being actually any suitors that come in for him and actually express an interest in loaning him.
Yeah, but Oliver, the reason why no one's coming in for him is because he's got 170.
It's because of his wages.
And like,
literally. So do you not think that when we had suitors previously, like Lazio and Napoli, do you not think that they also asked us to pay, or that we were willing to pay?
I will say this, and if the footballer wants to really push for the move, they'll take a wage cut. But of course, in reality, it doesn't.
Well, he's never getting any better.
Yeah, Kepa doesn't want to move, and that's the problem. Is like
he's happy with his wages. They always talk about.
He will leave for free because of this.
We know what we need. We need to do something similar to what United are probably going to have to do for Maguire, where you pay the amount remaining on his contract for the next 2 years. Literally, it might be 10 million, it might be 5 million, and then the lower wages he takes at the other club will be what it is. You're gonna have to top it off.
I mean, that'll just. The only thing with that is it will be an instant FFP hit, or
bro, it's July now. We can take that hit, bro. It's July now. We can take the hit.
Speaking of United fans,
I just want this dude gone. I just want him gone.
Exactly, man.
Speaking of United fans, Indiana, what's up, brother? How you doing, dude?
Good, man. I'm good. How's everyone doing?
We're doing great, man. Thank you.
All right, man.
60 million.
Thank you.
Indiana's here to give money mace prop.
This consensus that everyone's upset, lost your star boy and all that.
I don't know which
I don't know this side of YouTube.
You're so upset.
Let Indiana land.
I think really, if there was some like low budget soft porn piano music and then a 30-second pause for crying tears, I think everybody would respect the goodbye more. Like Ruben Neves didn't let anyone down today. He didn't do that.
No.
He didn't. But Mace, wow, terrible. Anyway, he's doubled up now. He's doubled up. Did you see him? Did you see him walk into the Theatre of Dreams? Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see that?
Good. I tried not to watch more Mason Mount than I already have this season.
Listen, man, I'm too tired of the drama. You know what I'm saying? I just want to take a break.
Yeah. True. We kind of want to just stop talking. We were waiting for you guys to know so we can stop talking about him.
How are you feeling about him being number 7 for your great club?
He probably doesn't like it. I doubt Indiana likes that he's number 7.
I've had a few mates come to me about a couple.
No, listen, it's gone from Monopoly mace to money mace.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I'll be honest. I'll be straight. So the number 7 for me, obviously, is a Man United fan. Football fans, number 7. Come on, it's David Beckham and Ronaldo, and it doesn't matter what club you support. That's an iconic number in football at Manchester United. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Do I understand it? Yeah, completely. I think Ten Hag's been looking at him for a year, and Chris, I've DM'd you about stuff anyway, so it's all good. Well, you know where I'm coming from with this. But I think part of it was the deal. I think it was you'll be the Manchester United number 7 if you come to the club, because I think it was part of the of bringing him in. But the biggest thing is he's an English darling, whether people like it or not. He really is. And I coach kids football, and kids, like when there's internationals they love Mason Mount. No matter who they support, they love Mason Mount. And you got to think what number 7 is at the biggest club in England. It's a commercial signing at the same time as, don't get me wrong, I think Ten Hag really loves the player for what he does off the ball mainly. Creativity. I'd like him. Well, I'm not going to go that deep into it, but you hear what I'm saying. I have to tell Chelsea fans about the issues, but I don't think anybody can knock his work off the ball. And when you look at what Manchester United have been missing in terms of first balls, second balls, just that energy on the pitch as well,
I was gonna say, right, you know what you're missing? That player, ironically, you're missing that player that drops in deep to support your midfield and give you passing options. And that's what Mason Mount actually does.
Definitely.
He fills in that role.
Yeah. I think Ten Hag knows what he's doing there. But the whole package and the number 7 kind of, it makes sense when you step back. Is he the player that I want? No, he's really not. He's not, but I'm tired, man. It's been a long time for Manchester United. I just need to see a team built under one manager, and I just think that everything kind of comes to an end. I remember when Ronaldo and the Beckhams left Manchester United. I remember all these things. It's not. I'm not missing the half term, man. Listen, we don't need half term. Listen, I don't know whether you've seen Manchester United, but Anthony does a full turn twice. Twice. When
720, yeah, 720
for it at all. None at all. He does that. So listen, you can keep your half turns. We do 720s over here. Is what we do. But yeah, the signing makes sense for what the manager wants. Do you know what it is? It's just there's no wow, there's no excitement about it like that. But it is what it is. I want to ask you though, your links to Vlahovic, because he's one of my favorite strikers to watch actually. What do you have concerns over injuries if you were to sign him, or how strong are the links?
I'll go first and then I'll let you go, Ahmed. I of all the strikers that we've been linked to realistically, and I say realistically, that leaves out Tony, because Ivan Tony I didn't think was going to be a realistic signing depending on all that ban and all that. Of all the signings, he's the player that I see and I'm like, this guy's a striker. Like, he is shoot first, think last, and that's the type of striker that I like at the club. He reminds me very much of the ilk of Drogba. I'm not trying to say they're the same player, but like when I used to watch Drogba was that type of striker. Strike first, think second. So as a striker, I think he's of the ones that we're linked to, realistic signings, again leaving out Osimhen as well. I think he would be good for Chelsea, and I think Pochettino could get something out of it. Again, I don't know much what Poch's system is going to be and how he's going to play. Maybe it doesn't fit. As for injuries, I mean, we'll have to see. That's probably why we got Nicholas Jackson, or a reason we got Nicholas Jackson, and that player doesn't look half bad either. So we have some depth in that position when it comes to strikers. Also, you got to put into the mix Broja. We don't know what's going to happen with him either, but I would really like Vlahovic to come to Chelsea. I think he would be a fantastic player for the team, and I'm sure Poch can get the best out of him. Ahmed, what were you going to say on him?
I'm not really sure on him. I'll be honest. I was doing like a lot of reading on him for my video today, and I'll be real, bro. There's a lot of like red flags to his game that I didn't know about that well. So, like, for example, like I didn't know like he's not great from his passing ability. His dribbling in transition is not that great apparently. And the big one, we had Timo Werner, a confidence player. He's also a confidence player too. And I don't want. I'm gonna be quite honest on the confidence thing. I don't want another confidence player, because we saw with Timo Werner, bro. That guy, even if he was not a great striker, when you're not confident, you're not good. That means when you're not confident, and then also when he's not even confident, apparently doesn't even do the basic stuff as a striker to help out his other teammates. So that's quite kind of a worry. You know what I'm saying? It's a big worry there for me.
You just reminded me. There's a new offside rule. If you guys remember.
Well, all I'm gonna say, bro, we bought Timo Werner at the wrong time.
The
man.
wrong
If we
time,
bought
yeah.
him,
Listen,
hey, we
this Tiny was never killing it. Can I just address the comments with Vlahovic though? Because I watch a lot of Juve and I watched a lot of Vlahovic. I'm a big fan of his. Apart from the fact he had his injury last season, because do you know what tends to happen when people don't watch players? They just go look at the stats of that team last season, which is a mad thing to do, by the way. That's stupid. Stop being so silly. So, and then go and watch him on YouTube or so. Come on, grow up, people. So, the context to it is really that he did struggle after his injury. That is an issue. That is a problem. I'd love him at Man United. I'd be very worried about the injury. I'll be honest with you. I love his profile. His link-up play is very good. Good header of the ball, good feet. Can take a good set piece as well, by the way. He's a good free kick taker. His movement's exceptional. But last season, I think people have to remember that Chiesa's a massive player for them. He was out injured, huge player who likes to get down the line, as people would know, put the ball in the box. Pogba, massive to how they were going to play football last season, out injured. They bring in young kids like Fagioli, another incredible talent, by the way. Vlahovic had to change his game up. They played completely differently to how they would play. So I wouldn't.
This is another thing I was going to bring up.
Yeah, I wouldn't base. That's right, Allegri style. Yeah, but it's slightly changed up. He was, how do I explain it? More suppressed. He was like held back. But still, his link-up play was very good. There's a very good player in there. I would be worried about his injury, though. I would be worried about that, especially in the Premier League.
Can I ask you a quick question about because when I was reading up on him, like the scout report I read up on him, I think was being a bit too vicious, maybe. But they were talking about his dribbling in transition. Do you they were saying that it wasn't that great? Like he runs out of steam. Is that something that is true or not? Because I'm asking you because when I was reading up on him, that was something that was kind of brought up 1 or 2 times. I'll
be honest. I'd like to see him dribble more. He's got good feet actually for a big guy. He's got very good. feet.
Yeah. He's very technically good. Yeah.
He likes to pop the ball off and then make the run. He likes. He's one of those old school kind of ghost strikers. They make those ghost runs, dipping off the shoulders sometimes, pull a defender out. I think as he gets older, he's going to be more selfish. And I say that because sometimes now it's as if he's just trying to pull players out. And when I'm watching him, I don't know whether that's because of the injury and he doesn't want to be as explosive. Does that make sense? I get you. If he comes back, the whole season, the feeling I got was that he wasn't putting in 100% when he came back from that injury. And that tells me 1 or 2 things. 1, he's either not very confident and doesn't like the way they're playing football, or 2, he doesn't trust his body right now. That's a worry if he's not trusting his body, by the way, because then you end up with a Martial.
No.
You want a Martial? We got one. I got one for sale if you want one.
No, we're all right, man. The other 2 are the other 2 strikers we're looking at. What is it? Kolo Muani.
Not a bad shout either.
And Lautaro. And listen, man, Lautaro, please, khalas. Let's not even get there.
I really don't want Lautaro.
And literally, Kolo Muani is in the bench for you actually already, so there's no point in getting Kolo Muani.
Lautaro is probably going to be the worst one out of the bunch. Not going to
Kolo
lie. I know that a lot
of
Chelsea fans like him.
Yeah. Kolo Muani is his player style type is literally Nicholas Jackson. So they're both quite similar players. So I don't understand the point of bringing Nicholas Jackson if you bring in also Kolo Muani at the same time. Because you're bringing 2 like-for-like strikers.
Kolo Muani is essentially going to be the next French striker, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Actually not. He might not be the striker. How Deschamps.
Benzema's retired, and
you got Marcus Thuram.
What's going on with Giroud?
You got Thuram.
He doesn't see Thuram as a striker either. It will be what they did in the World Cup. It will be Mbappe's the striker probably. They'll have Thuram on the right, and they'll have Kolo Muani Thuram on the left and Kolo Muani on the right. That's what they did at times in the World Cup.
Or even Dembele, if he just has to stay fit at times. Yeah. Damn. That's why for me it's just it's a sticky one, man. As I said before, man, wait until January, reassess when you have Ivan Toney available, and then boom.
Let's just say the Ivan Toney. Wouldn't it be just cheaper just to try and get him now while he's banned? Can we not buy him when he's banned?
I think we discussed this already. I think they're not allowed to sell him right now.
They can't sell him, but they'll just ask too much. They can't
No, I
sell
say
him.
they can sell him, but like it just doesn't.
They're asking for like 50 million, I think.
It's not even that. Like, it's not even that. It just doesn't make
Brentford
sense
wasn't
really
allowed.
at all. No, they can sell him. We sold
one of us.
We sold. Was it? We either sold Mutu or Bosnich when they got done for drugs. We sold one of them.
Yep.
Can't remember which one.
I just think the question is like, are clubs like worried about his behavior after gambling? Literally, that's what it could be. Bro.
True.
That could be the reason why no one's bidding for him after that. So you never know.
It's possible.
You know what these guys are like.
But I mean, going back to the discussion on Vlahovic too, I feel more confident with it as well if he's going to be playing with Nkunku as his 10. I think Christopher Nkunku can change a lot of how Vlahovic plays and how involved he gets with the game and his teammates and all that. Again, it all depends on how Poch plays. Like, if we were under Graham still, then I would have said like Vlahovic is not a good fit. I like him as a player, but I don't think he's a good fit. But now,
Bro, who is a good fit for Graham Potter?
No one.
Conor Gallagher.
And also, man, with all these with all these injury-prone stuff we've had previously, bro, I don't want to get another injury-prone player. I want someone who has availability.
I'm looking at his injury history. 2023 was not a good season for him at all when it comes to injuries.
Just on the injury thing, this is why I saw links to us getting Livramento back. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Scott might fight you on that. I'm pretty sure Scott wants him back.
No, I don't.
Oh wow. Okay, never mind.
He's a good player, but it makes no sense. It makes fully no sense.
Yeah, Marshall. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I don't want him back. Which I don't want him back. But that's not what I was saying. I was saying that getting him makes no sense from a practical perspective.
Yeah,
unless they're trying to do like the Strasbourg model, then yeah.
Like, why would they want it? Like, the only way it makes sense, by the way, is because I saw something. I don't know how true it is, but I saw there was a picture there was a picture that went out of Gusto apparently getting arrested. The only way this makes sense is if there's anything actually serious.
Whoa! When did he get arrested?
Gusto getting arrested?
That was a picture.
It was a picture. It looked like he was being arrested. I could be wrong. It could
listen, with how AI is, bro, I'd question everything.
Take this with like not even a grain, a handful of salt, right?
But I saw him. But we saw him in training.
Is there any valid sources?
It looks
like
like
a police statement confirming his arrest or something.
This is why I'm saying this, right? But what I'm saying is, unless that is in any way, shape, or form true, and it's for something serious, which apparently he was pictured Monday. It's not. Said this makes no sense because, like, what are you going to do? Unless the plan is to sell Reece or maybe move him into midfield. But
we'll buy him.
No. I was just gonna say, Scott. You know the how they're trying to buy these young players again and sell them for more money. Is that what maybe they think they can do something similar to Livramento? That's the only other. That's the only other thing I can see happening.
This is starting to piss me off. That's what I'm saying. What we're doing, it's really annoying because we're doing something I've wanted us to do, but we're doing it all backwards. Like, we're doing what City are doing now, but we haven't even fixed our team yet.
Exactly.
Like, we haven't bought enough clubs. Like, we've got Strasbourg, yes, but we haven't even sent anyone there yet. We haven't even bought the clubs to send people out to do the multi-club model. Like, we're trying to like run before we've even crawled. Like, we haven't even sorted out our first team yet.
I mean, to be fair though, it's down to the factor of legal guarantees. I think Todd signed something which was one of Roman's promises.
You can't sell the club for 10 years.
Yeah, and to compete as well for trophies and stuff like that.
Fine.
So
but this isn't competing. Like, if we're buying Livramento just to loan him out a couple of times and sell him for profit, what's the point right now? There is no point to that. There's not.
He also wouldn't agree to want to do that either. He
pretty
much forced to move out.
I was gonna say, but that's the thing is, what we're gonna do. We're gonna sign him to loan him out a couple of times. Like, why would he want to come? Why would he want to do that? What's the pathway into the team? There isn't one. Like, no, this is just stupid.
He wouldn't want
the only incentive would be to come back in the Premier League and not be in Championship because he's.
But he can do that. Marshall, he can do that. Marshall are trying to get Newcastle are trying to get him.
You know we get
I'm not trying to get
20%.
him.
You know we get 20% of like the transfer. If
I knew there was a fee in there. There was something.
So like
in
I
there,
don't
yeah.
understand why are we selling him then? Why are we buying him again? What for 80%? Is that what we buying him?
There's actually nothing about it that makes sense. Like I said, my
I hope
main
it's a
point.
rumor, man.
My main point on it was with the injury thing and the fact that we don't really know where he is with that or if he's actually injury prone. It's also the fact. It's also just on another note. It's just the fact that when he left, we offered him the chance to be the backup to James. He didn't even want that. So why is he going to be a lone army player?
Yeah, exactly. He had a chance to play UCL as well, even though he was a backup role.
Probably just fake news at that point. Then, like we're just going.
Yeah,
for, like,
I'm
40
not giving it
million.
too much validity.
I don't see it. Like Oliver said, I remember that as well. Like he just didn't want to be back up to Reece James, and that was fair enough. Like
He wanted
I think with the lot of Cobham thing, I think there was an article saying that all the people or the kids that have left both Lamptey, Livermore and stuff, they just wanted proper game
Forgot
time,
about Lamptey then.
which other clubs were offering more game time, which is understandable for their careers.
And we're not crying about it. Where is Tariq Lamptey right now?
Well,
where's Gilmore as well? Like we've sold so many players, they've
Gilmore
all forgotten about.
Gilmore's the one I'm annoyed about. But just because
me too.
So especially like this season, for example, right? We're all talking about we need a second midfielder. We're all talking about we need backups. Gilmore would be the perfect backup to have in the squad right now. He'd be the perfect squad player to come in for either Enzo or the defensive mid, like the Caicedo. He works in both roles.
You should get Scott McTominay, man.
Bro, it's not our fault that your club can't start the Deadwood.
Yo, we've got Gallagher, man. We're good. We're good.
We have our own Scott McTominay.
I think he would be perfect. He would be absolutely perfect as a backup. Enzo.
I think you should take Kepa off us too. Then
I'd rather take Bendy Mendy, man. Where's Bendy Mendy gone?
He's sold. It's too late.
It's too late, guys.
Maybe you need what you need is a centre back who drives out with the ball. That's what you need.
We got Colwood, man. We're good.
I think McTominay is a good.
I'm thinking someone with a massive forehead.
Fatty as you.
I won't lie to you, by the way. Considering the price I've seen for Fred, I wouldn't. He's someone I'd actually take as a squad player.
Please keep Fred away.
Squad player, maybe. I'd take Fred as a squad player for the price.
Is it Fred more of an 8 than a 6?
No, he is. But that's as I said, as a squad player, and I swear the price quoted is like 20 mil.
I heard less.
No. It's about 30. It's about 30.
Oh, fair.
To be fair, we paid.
Why don't we just go and pull this each man? Straight swap.
I'm not gonna lie. We paid 20 mil too much from him when we bought him. He was nowhere near that. So if you want him for 30, that's all good.
Yeah, Fred was like 57 million, wasn't he? Like I never.
Yeah, he was, man.
It was at 55.
I swear Jose didn't even want him.
No, he didn't. No. See, this is what happens at Man United. That like a certain manager might want, I don't know, Kieran Trippier, and they're like, no, we haven't got enough money to do that. And then 2 days later, they go and sign Ronaldo. It's just one of those things.
Hey, don't act like you're the only ones. We had that for years.
Yeah, we had that for ages.
No, you see, the thing is, we might get like older strikers that might struggle a bit. You ruin them. You absolutely, no, honestly, I don't know what it is you do to strikers, but oh my.
You do have a point.
We buy. I'll tell you what we do. We buy the wrong
because
profile every
we
single
buy
time.
the wrong caliber of strikers. We buy the running behind. United.
Forget City's 116 charges. That you've got at least double that with strikers. Like, I'm not sure what you do. You buy them in. You put them on this high pedestal, every YouTube channel and space.
Look
and
who's
before
back.
you know it, Timo Werner's missing sitters, and people are WhatsApping me. I'm getting voice notes. I was watching him run with the ball, and all I could hear was your voice in my head the whole time, and he missed. That big shout out to Jem, by the way. Love to Jem. But I'm not sure what it is you do to the, like. What did you do to Fernando Torres? That guy.
Oh, that was no. That
No,
was
no,
that
he
was.
was
washed. He was already.
He was washed
He was
up.
starting to cook towards the end, though. He was starting to cook
that-
towards the end.
That was a stupid signing because of when we signed him. Like we signed him too late. He'd already fucked his knee up.
Oh,
Like,
no,
he'd
you
already
do
fucked
stupid signings as well. Like you.
Oh no, we
watched
do.
Falcao in
Don't
the
get me
league
wrong.
and then you went and
Don't
got-
get me wrong.
You
We do.
watched
Like,
it.
look, we do.
You watched
plenty
that
of
was
stupid
mad, but
signings.
I can't even get mad at Indiana right now. He's on.
Oh
Point.
no, he's right. We do plenty
Yeah.
of stupid signings at
yeah,
striker, like
it's sad you do just
Lukaku,
like you don't
like
deserve any more.
Aubameyang,
Morata.
Morata.
Yeah, don't watch. If Vlahovic comes to Chelsea, do not watch
Oh, but
Chelsea.
no, honestly, I've been saying for a long time, right? So I'm watching football, I'm watching youth football, and I'm like, like a few seasons ago, Haaland's incredible, an outstanding striker. Everyone's like, yeah, just hyping one of these kids. I'm like, no, seriously, he's outstanding, it's amazing. Goes to City, breaks my heart. I'm like, fuck, I end up with Ronaldo, for fuck's sake. Guy can't even run in. He can't even run sideways, Ronaldo. He falls over. Have you noticed that about him? No, I'm not joking. No.
Not even noticed.
Because he's got older to get pace. I'm pretty sure. I'm not even joking now. I'm pretty sure he's like bulked up so he can be more explosive in a straight line. If you watch him just go to the side even slightly, he falls to the deck. He hits the deck straight away. It's embarrassing. I feel sorry for the guy because he still thinks he's 23.
That's one we signed, by the way, that I forgot about that made no goddamn sense was Falcao. Like, we literally watched
Yeah.
him.
Oh,
The
God.
season at United, we watched him be, like, not terrible, but be injury prone, just not really be at his level for a whole season at United and thought, we can fix that. What the fuck are we doing?
Bro, you know what? I still remember his equalizer, bro. It was his only goal at Chelsea.
It was, it's literally his only goal.
And we lost 3-1 that day.
I
Higuain.
think he only scored like 4 at United, right? I can't remember.
Yeah, he scored only 4 goals at United.
No, you only scored like 2 goals in 2 years.
No, he scored. He scored 4 goals at United in 26 appearances, and then we bought him. And he scored 1 in 10.
Pretty
I'm
impressive.
surprised.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
yeah.
Chelsea never
What
went in
you
for
do to
Tevez.
Tevez,
At the
isn't
rate
he
that
retired?
we're.
By the way, sorry, I'm looking at it now, bro. We had an option with Falcao at the end of the season of 50 million euros.
Oh my word.
Jeez,
Bro, what?
Oh,
Bro, we paid
What you did was you
35
went
for
and spent it
Costa.
on Timo Werner.
What about Timo Werner?
We spent 50 M's on
Oh,
Timo,
that
right?
Well, yeah.
Mm.
We got
For
25
Falcao, we literally paid similar
back-
money
back
to
in
Joao
the- back in
Felix.
the-
He helped us
Timo
win
Werner
the Champions
days.
League, you know?
Oh, you've activated Chris now.
There we go.
Chris
Oh,
was.
God.
Yeah, you've activated
is
argumentative
one-man
Chris.
army, man.
We sold the wrong German.
No, we sold the right German.
We sold both Germans. We're done.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
done with
man.
the
We sold
Germans.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
You know what it is? It's because he's a Max Verstappen fan, innit? So he's got to defend his
Hey,
little
Max Verstappen's
flock.
cooking, so don't even even talk about Max.
Listen, we can't. Why are we talking about cars that sound like golf cars, man? I left the
Yeah,
sport.
they don't even do pit stops anymore. How's
Bro,
that
I lost my love.
Fun.
My love for the sport ended when the V8 engines came in, bro. I was saying,
No,
we better those V6 engines.
F1 died when you can be at the back of the pack and win the race.
Oh, lads, let's not talk about
They don't even
glorified
refuel
go-karting
anymore.
now, yeah?
It's boring.
That makes it exciting.
Bro,
Before you
no,
know-
I
before
can't lie
know
to
it,
you,
it's
bro.
gonna be
Oh,
like
shit, man.
cameras
Chris,
of
bro,
people
I'll
in
be
the
real,
back
bro.
of buses just going around, not even driving.
Chris, I'll be
I
real, bro. The
forgot
moment the
about
V,
this. Oh my days.
Every penny
Oh.
worth it, man.
No.
Yeah.
Chris,
Well,
bro,
I'm just saying,
the
I'm just
V8
saying
engines,
Timo
bro.
Werner comes in, we win Champions League. I'm just putting it out there.
Chris, bro, why did they put V8 engines in the car, bro? It ruined it, man. It ruined the game.
I don't know, man.
It literally sounds like golf carts now, guys. Like, genuinely, if you listen to the cars pre-V, when they had the
They're
Oh,
gonna
for
be
V6,
sure.
fast.
Get out of here, bro.
my
Hey,
word.
yo,
Hey,
you know
talking
this.
about
No,
cars,
to be
talking
fair,
about
that's a good
cars,
question.
When are Google gonna put the green air zones on Google Maps, man? Because this stuff pisses me off. You're driving around and you hit like a the green air zones where you can't go in if you've got older vehicles.
I think that's where Waze comes in, the app.
Yeah, you
That's
need
the
to use
thing
Waze,
you guys
bro.
have?
You have to use Waze, man.
It doesn't work. I drive around the country. It does not come in. They're like, 1 mile before
Huh.
you charge 30 quid.
I don't have that issue.
Go,
Yeah,
mate.
no,
Yeah,
because
it's weird.
trying to
It's
be a
like,
green
it's like
society,
a
man.
southern
Yeah,
England
but what have
thing.
you got, mate? You live in orange pollution, my friend. You know what I'm saying?
I live and breathe in freedom. That's what I have.
Oh,
Yeah, you live and breathe
listen.
in
Yeah.
toxic
Sometimes
waste.
it's orange,
Listen,
sometimes
the
it's
last
gray,
thing you want, right?
sometimes it's clear.
Marshall, you live
The
in
last
toxic
thing
You
you
get
want
what
is
you
giving
can get,
America
man. I'm
ideas for
grateful.
extra money, man.
I'm
Don't give them the
grateful out
idea
here,
of
man.
clear airs, oh, bro.
Listen, look at me, man. I got blue
Marshall
lights and
game
everything.
will
Only
be
in the
getting
United
taxed at every
States.
state, but
Marshall's pH is like 5, bro. You know what I mean? It gives you a little nice little cheeky outside.
Hey,
You know what I
listen,
mean?
man. I'm grateful for what I can get. Like I said, I got blue lights here, man. Living in the United States.
They
dog.
actually got acid rain. You know the acid rain you read
Blue
in books,
lights.
yeah? The fake one.
I
This is
can
the real
drive
one.
where I want. I can order McDonald's. Like it's
Yeah, man.
it's
That
beautiful out
McDonald's
here, man.
full
Wow,
of,
you're living a dream, Marshall, man.
that McDonald's is
I'm
full of a
living
lot
the dream.
of acid.
I'm living a dream. I get to see Chelsea
Hey,
in 2
Marshall,
weeks.
send me some Jolly Ranchers, man. I love those things. Jolly
Is that
Ranchers are
oh
the
you
things,
you
man.
guys don't you guys
No,
don't
they're banned.
get them
Marshall
in
needs
the
to send me
UK.
some.
Dude,
They're
Tim
banned.
Hortons.
yeah, man. It's
Tim
you know, like
Hortons.
the colorings
You're getting
and shit,
Dunkin'.
They're dangerous.
Yo, Jolly Ranchers are
Listen,
My
man.
cousins live in
sugar-loaded
Philadelphia, man. I get them to
treats.
send me.
Listen, bro. Tim Hortons is
They're
the one,
great.
bro. Ever since I went
Tim
to Canada,
Hortons.
bro.
I gotta go to
I'm-
Canada to get you Tim Hortons.
Bro,
Actually, no, I don't.
that
I know
shit-
one in Jersey.
Listen, that shit is.
Hey, I got
too
one
good.
down the road. It's down the road, Tim Hortons, man.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Nah,
bro.
you
Expensive
must live
for
in
what
the
it is.
Are you living in that famous little center, right? With all of the cinema and everything. I forgot what it's called. Because that's the only one in London. That's the one. There's one in London, but it's called or Royal. Yeah, Park. It's in Park Royal. There you go.
This is what the stream has become. We're talking about Tim
It's
Hortons.
literally,
and
it's literally
polluted
no,
air.
bro.
What
It's
time do they
literally.
close, man? I'm hungry now.
Oh, they're,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think they're
hungry
24.
Oh, we don't have 24 hours. Well, some places still.
No, it's 24 hours.
In New
The one next
Jersey,
to
it's
my
24
aunt.
hours.
The one next to my aunt when I went to Canada recently.
The pandemic
24.
ruined a lot of stuff for us in the United States. Things used to be open 24 hours. Now, very few are.
Bro,
because
I've
of the
got
pandemic.
McDonald's literally.
To be fair, it ruined a few things for us as well.
Yeah, it's cashless. We live in a cashless society. Bro.
Pandemic
We
ruined
live,
everything.
we live in a cashless society now, bro. No one carries cash anymore. So
Yeah,
I do. Gas is cheaper.
hey, listen, that's what they want you to do.
It's
man.
true.
that's what they want you to
Gas
do,
is-
bro. That's what they
Yeah,
want you
gas
to
is
do,
cheaper when you pay cash. That's why I bring cash
bro. No,
with
it's
me now.
not. No, it's not. Literally here, it's just the same money, bro. Money is
Yeah,
money.
no,
bro.
some places, some gas stations, you go and it's
Hey, yo,
cheaper
some
cash.
of them don't offer VAT or any type of other tax when you do cash. It just depends on what business and. whatever
I
it is.
don't know. I don't know where Prime is, to be honest with you. He gets the link. He could be here if he wants. He's
Hey,
probably playing FIFA.
Prime's a lovely guy. I love Prime, but that guy, he makes. Do you know he once sent me a voice note of him blowing his nose? He was blowing his nose, sent me a voice note, and then he sent me a voice note to say he was sorry. He said, "I'm sorry about that." The guy's amazing.
He's a character.
I love Prime.
He's a
Where is
character.
Prime?
man.
Let me
He's a
WhatsApp him.
character. On that note, we're probably gonna call it here. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for watching the stream. I am gonna change it up, and I am gonna send you guys to Never a Foul. They're talking about United deal, Onana, Amrabat, all that stuff. Arsenal, Dybala to Chelsea. Hell no. Maybe, I don't know. Probably
That
not.
is a report.
That's a report.
That's a
bro.
report. We'll probably talk about it a
Got
few
a 12
days.
million pound release or 12 million euro release clause.
Yeah. Probably discuss it all on
Bro,
Sunday,
Dybala
guys. So
always gets offered.
be sure to
I wouldn't
smash the
believe
like
that.
button. Be sure to hit that bell notification so you don't miss out when we do stream. Make sure you copy and paste that raid message over to the Never a Foul channel because they are live right now, and let them know where you're coming from. And yeah, guys, smash the like if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment down below if you watch this in the future. Check out the links below for Ahmed's channel, the Sarcasm City channel, our
I'm
Twitter,
only 3 away from
Discord.
225 guys.
There you go. He's counting every single one. Let's go. Go for it, Ahmed. That's actually the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. There you go, Ahmed. Congratulations, Ahmed. But yeah, guys, big up to everyone who came to the stream. Big up Indiana. Big up Hassan. Big up the panel. And guys, we'll see you again on Sunday for more of the Casually Chelsea show. We'll talk about all the latest transfers and all that stuff and discussing, hopefully, a Caicedo done deal. But on that note, ladies and gents, thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you over on Never a Foul. And till next time, stay casual. Peace.